Did you guys see Diego Sanchez's fight over the weekend? So, whether you did or you didn't, let's recap real fast. Diego gets kneed illegally. He's down, takes a knee to the face. Referee stops it, calls it illegal, takes a point, and then comes over to talk to Diego. Diego says something along the lines of, hey, I'm having a hard time seeing, or I'm seeing double, or, whatever the vision issue was. Referee is instructed at that point. He now no longer needs Diego's opinion. He now no longer needs to say, hey, Diego, do you want to continue, yes or no? The referee now has got enough information to make the call on his own. Now, a lot of people don't know how this is going to work. This can be a very confusing one. Okay, go ask Chris Weidman the night that he fought Gegard Mousasi. None of us knew. Chris didn't know. None of us in the audience knew. The announcers, nobody knew what was going to happen there until it happened. The reason I bring that up for you, one thing the referee cannot do is educate the fighter. The fighter cannot turn to, when the referee says, how are you? How are you doing? The fighter, if he asks the referee, what happens if I say I cannot continue? Do I win? Do I lose? Does it go to a no contest? Do we turn to the cards like they do in boxing after X amount of rounds have been complete? The referee could not answer that question. Now, Diego did none of those things. I'm just sharing with you, the referee cannot educate the fighter. The fighter must just answer the question to the best of his ability, which is just simply, how are you? Oh, I'm great. No problem. Barely hit me. 100% fine. Yeah, you know what? I'm not doing so good. I just took a knee to the head. I got a little blurred vision here. There's no wrong answer from the fighter. I would encourage the fighter to always answer that question honestly. That would be my own encouragement as to whatever that is. But the referee, just so you guys understand, cannot educate the fighter. He cannot lean the fighter in any which direction. And when you do have 50 different jurisdictions just within the United States alone, you could have an intricacy within the rules that we don't know about until that decision has to be made within that jurisdiction, which is largely why the referee, once he gets the information that he needs, then walks over and talks to an even higher official. As good as the referees are at knowing the rules, some of these intricacies are a little bit different. Right? I'm not talking about the unified rules. I'm not talking about the unified rules of the sport. I'm talking about some of the more administrative rules in terms of what happens when a foul takes place. I only share that with you because when Diego answers the question candidly, which is what he should do, he is being asked by a licensed official, just asked a licensed athlete a straight question that he wants a straight answer to, and that's what Diego did. Diego's hands are completely clean on this. Completely. And anybody that thinks he quit or stopped or tried to maneuver here, I just want to share with you some of the backstories. I highly doubt that Diego knew what was going to happen if Diego said, I cannot continue. Evidence of that, I would just go back to the Weidman-Mousasi fight where everybody, including myself, assumed that Mousasi was going to be disqualified. Turned out, not only was he not disqualified, it wasn't even a no contest. Mousasi wins via TKO. We just didn't know. You don't see these situations very often. Diego came out and Diego said, I most certainly did not quit. That was a veteran move by me because I do understand the procedures and the policies, and that guy cheated. I'm on Diego's side of this completely. Guys, there was a UFC Fighter Summit. Does everybody know what that is? UFC puts these on once a year. They bring in absolutely every athlete. Does not matter where you live in the world. You get a plane ticket, you fly out, you get a hotel room. Turns into a really fun week, but there's classes that you must attend. And those could be from social media to marketing all the way down to paying your taxes and planning for retirement. There's all sorts of classes. And it's a week-long event, but it's called UFC Fighter Summit. Okay. I went to one in 2008. And in 2008, at the time of the summit, there had been a number of fights that had taken place where fighters were fouled. And the media began to report that the fouled and injured, the victim fighter, the one who did nothing wrong, is pressured by the organization to get up and to continue. And it was such a thing at that time that I remember when Dana walked in the room and Dana said, hey, I want to clear this up real fast. If you are ever injured illegally in a fight, I do not expect you to go on. You have no pressure from me. If you look over to me and you read my body language and you think you're seeing it, you're not. I am simply waiting for this thing to play out. I will never look at you cross or think bad about you. If the other guy cheated, I do not expect him to be rewarded. I expect him to be penalized. As a matter of fact, and Dana finished this thought, he went one step further, which is why I believe that I remember it to this day so clearly. He said, as a matter of fact, and this, again, 2008, so don't think that this record still applies today, but in 2008, Dana said, in the history of the UFC, we have only had one fouled fighter who got up on the canvas and came back and won. Everybody else who has ever been fouled, illegally attacked, hurt, wounded, whatever, and got up and tried to push through it has lost. So take that into consideration and take that with you. And Dana was very clearly saying, in no uncertain terms, if the other guy cheats, it's on him. You don't have to listen to the audience, and you damn sure don't have to worry about me. When I tie these together with what I see with Diego, in conjunction with Diego making the statement of, I did not quit, I did a veteran move, Diego is right. Diego was fouled. There is a reason that is illegal. There is a part of me that resents. It's a small part. In all fairness, it's a small part, 10% of me, but I do resent that Diego was even given the opportunity to continue. To knee a grounded fighter, to kick a grounded fighter, to eye gouge a fighter. I realize that that's not what happened, but I'm trying to prove a point of some of the bigger fouls that you could possibly have. For a referee to witness it, for there to be no question that the foul happened, for it to be ruled illegal, for a point to be taken away, we have absolutely no question that something illegal happened. We also are armed with the fact that very few things are illegal except for things that are highly dangerous. So when we know that happens, why do we need Diego's opinion? Why would we want Diego's opinion? If Diego was just kneed illegally, by the way, in the head, is he even in a position to give a perfectly clear thought? There's a part of me that resents that. There's a part of me that thinks something that egregious should be looked at, viewed, and a decision is made absent of the opinion of the fighter.